So we're going to look at our big rights from last week, where you were asked to impersonate or pretend to be a Formula One driver and write a diary entry on the day of a race. These were your success criteria. In your planning session, you needed to order your ideas chronologically, and you needed to use your knowledge of Formula One drivers to plan your diary. And that's not just knowing the name of a Formula One driver, but also know what their job entails, what they have to do on a daily basis. Your writing success criteria: I can use Dear Diary and sign off my diary. So that's signing off using your own name, or maybe a made-up name of a Formula One driver. You can use time words to write my diary in time order, and I thought this was really, really important, and this is something that I was looking for greatly when I was looking through your work. And I can also include feelings in my diary. This is also very important, as it gives a really personal approach and a real personal touch to your diary entries. This is Dill Bestay's diary entry. If you look at the start, just right at the top, it says Dear Diary, so she's met one of the success criteria straight away. So today, straight away, we have a time word. Today was one of the most incredible days of my entire life, so all of this in green is a feeling and a time word. Firstly, another time word. Firstly in the morning, I woke up at 7:30 and went to take a shower. After that, I went to the kitchen and filled up my water and went for a run down the street. So she's ordering her work chronologically, and she's using lots of time words. When I came back, it was 9:30 already. I quickly grabbed an apple from the fridge and went to the circuit. I got suited up, so here she's using her knowledge of Formula One drivers and what they need to do. And I went to meet my teammates. They were so encouraging and cheerful. I love this detail. It's really understanding that teams need to work together and all help each other feel confident if they're going to win a race. They were 100% sure that I would get to at least the podium. So she understands Formula One drivers here and what happens if they're a really good driver and they finish in the top 3 in a race, that they're going to go and stand on the podium. I felt very warm and trusted them all straight away. Here we have lots of good feelings. I thought of myself on the podium waving proudly. Such a nice thought that was, but no way I would feel like that whilst racing. So here Dill Bestay understands that feelings that she's going to have before the race are going to be completely different to how she's going to feel when she's actually racing. We went over to get the race car prepared for the race. It was a hard job and I felt like I could not do it at all. And she knows that Formula One cars are very, very complicated. Much later in the day, I put my helmet on and got in the car. I felt like I was sitting on the floor. Here she's used her knowledge of Formula One cars, realising that they're very, very low down, and she's put that into her writing. I never told anyone, but I actually freaked out so much. Excellent detail. I didn't want to do it at all. I thought of me going last, but my friends were so sure I trusted them all. As the lights went green, all my thoughts faded away. Excellent attention to detail there. She knows that as soon as the lights go green, the race starts, and all she's going to be thinking about is concentrating on the racing. I went zooming through, and it was the most exciting and incredible race ever. Do you know that I actually didn't get on the podium? I actually did get on the podium on 3rd. I was so happy. I felt like I was first. But I'm going out to celebrate. I don't want to miss that. And she signed it off with her name at the bottom there. Something that she could improve on would maybe be that she could have included a little bit more information on the race here. But never mind, that was an incredible and a well-written diary entry. Well done, Dill Bestay. Here we have Oscar's work from Miss Drum's class, and you can see at the top in his plan that he's got lots of time phrases and he's ordering his work chronologically. So that's the first success criteria ticked off already. Well done, Oscar. And he starts with Dear Diary. When I woke up in the morning, I felt extremely happy. So he started up with a time word, and he's also started with a feeling and a thought. It was the day before the exciting Grand Prix, and the sun was shining through the big mansion's windows. So he knows that Formula One drivers are very, very rich and would have a mansion. I could smell the delicious smell of bacon and egg cooking downstairs. I whipped on my racing suit and ran downstairs. There on the table was my amazing breakfast. Eventually, another time word, when I had filled my stomach with my tasty breakfast, I went to the huge lift to my helicopter pad on the last floor. Excellent work, Oscar. You've included lots of thoughts and feelings, lots of great descriptive words, and you've used lots of time words to join your writing together. Well done. This next piece of work is Shikembu's from Miss Stone's class. Dear Diary, and you can see that's got a big tick because he started his diary with Dear Diary. Today, time word, I woke up feeling very excited. There you go, both success criteria ticked off already. Today I woke up feeling excited because I couldn't wait to sign autographs, even though it's kind of boring. So he knows, and he's used his knowledge of Formula 1 drivers here to realise what they have to do on a daily basis. Soon, another time word, I travelled and where I was meant to be going to sign autographs and do some sponsors and stuff. You know that sponsors are very important in Formula 1, and he also knows that Formula 1 drivers have lots of fans, and that's why he's included autographs. As soon as I arrived there, I went to the signing room to sign autographs on magazines and books and newspapers. Super work. Later, I started doing interviews about my racing experience on national TV. Here he's used his knowledge of Formula 1 drivers to understand that they have to do interviews all the time, be it with TV people, journalists, or maybe even on the radio. The people were very interested, great word, in my racing experience and really liked it. After a bit of interviewing, I felt a little nervous and a little bit sleepy. So here he's included some feelings as well. Some excellent work in Year 5, and I hope that you continue to do some great writing in this week's Big Write.